So consider that you're not, and you can't even though this is in the air, it doesn't connect, which I don't understand because the range on this is really good. Right, it's got the same range as down 1, but this doesn't combo, along with that not comboing. I don't get it. Thanks, NRS. Anyway, so that's Backbreaker. Like I said, it's and you can tick. You only have 2 tick options. I could go on for days about how much I feel like they shit on Ferra Torr, but your only tick options are down 3 and down 1. There's no strings. 1-1 doesn't tick. 1-2 doesn't tick. 1-2-1 doesn't tick. 4 doesn't tick. Down 4 doesn't tick. Back 3 doesn't tick. I've actually... Nope, forward 3 doesn't tick. 1 doesn't tick. 2 doesn't tick. Nothing ticks. I don't understand. 2 forward 4 doesn't tick. Nope. So these are your only tick options. I don't even think you can do it. Nope, can't do it off a throw. Nope, can't do it off jumping. So, these are your only tick options for Backbreaker. It sucks. Okay, finally I'm going to talk about Torr Charge, this guy. This is your most important, most valuable tool that Lackey has. Mr. Black here has this string 3-2, right, and he shoots his gun out. So, you know, he's playing this zoning game, right? I'm having a hard time getting in. I'm worried about these guns and bullets and stuff. So I'm just like, sod it. Hold up. I'm just gonna eat one. The startup frames are projectile invincible. You cannot take any damage. Now, you'll notice there, it's only during the startup frames. In fact, it's only during the first 4 frames of startup. There are 30 frames of startup, so it's a fairly small window to get this, but with some practice, you can eat these things on reaction. Right? Invulnerable. Or invincibility. Can't capital I, people. So here is the next thing you can do. So we all know Aaron Black has this, you know, his trick shots, right? And we know that we can backdash the last hit, right? That's safe. Well, what if I did something else? What if I just did that? So what this means is that anytime your opponent has a hole, and I can show this with... Right, so this is a tick throw that he has, okay? And as we all know, command grabs have holes, right? I can like jump out of that, right? Well, how about I do something else? How about I use some free armor? You are projectile invincible, and you have a free hit of armor during startup frames. I can't hype this enough. So if you know where the holes are in your opponent's strings, you can get out for free. Right? If you can make the... I mean, the command grab is a harder read to make, but things like Kotal Khan, his War God strings, where he uses the swords, all those holes, Cassie Cage has a few strings with holes in them. If you know where the holes are, you can get out for free. F-R-E-E, people. Free. And that's just the regular one, right? That's just non-meter burned, right? Let's say we're feeling fancy, and we want to do... Actually, it'd be easier if I do it this way. Okay, so he's set up to wake up with this, with the meter burn version now, right? So we were using this, the low shots earlier, right? And you'll see a lot of Aaron Black players use that as an armor break. Not for Ferra Torr. So the armor for meter burned is, I believe you are still projectile invulnerable on the first frames of startup. You still have the free hit of armor on the first frame of startup, and you have 4, 3, 2, 1 hits of armor during recovery
Active
frames. So at closer ranges, you will be able to armor break this, but this will straight up run through Jackie Briggs's guns. Oops. So, you know, I'm waiting here. I'm gonna try and... Right? So he still has that hit of armor. Yeah, so you can see how much armor this has. Okay. I believe you can break it at the end because you only have 1 hit of armor, but it's tough. I mean, even for something as fast as Aaron Black's shots, it's tough to do. Yeah, see? Even then, I still ate up those hits. Okay, so there is armor for days off of this meter burned. Off of meter burn, right? Now, let's say, so we talked about this string earlier, back 121, and I forgot one thing to mention about that string. There was another really great thing about this string, if I can do it right. This one's kind of tough because it's, there we go, right? And there are some characters that can't wake up on Ferra Torr because their armor takes too long. Tremor's a good example, Predator's a good example. Takeda's Flurry Fists, the startup is just too long, and so you can get these 2 hits out. It's a little tougher with Aaron Black. You might trade, you might not time it right, but there's a bit of an easier way to do it. You can just use your free armor, and you can do forward 2. Now again, it's I mean, as any armor breaking setup goes, it's timing. You have to time it right, but it's absolutely doable to punish with that. So that's about maybe 40% of what you're actually less than that, like 20% what you'll be using Torr Charge for. What the rest of what you will be using it for, and if we go over to the special moves, and if we look on down at the hit advantage for Torr Charge, are 45 frames of hit advantage. 45. And what that lets us do is it lets us corpse hop. Now, the AI is smart and knows how to input it properly, but most of the time you will reverse your opponent's inputs before they can get something up, before they wake up, and they will either do the wrong wake up or they'll whiff a wake up or it won't come out or something. And so what this lets us do, especially if something off of that, which can armor break, they want to spend a bar and try and get out of this. This is, you have probably heard of a vortex, which is a situation where you get reset and put in a 50-50. Now this isn't quite a vortex, so it's known to me, and I like to call it the Torvex. And so what you can do is if you land one of these, run back, and you're going to do some combo that's going to reset this situation. Now you will notice that these combos are not super damaging. You're only getting about 25-26%. I'm sure there are better damaging combos that you can do, but they are not as consistent. These so forward 2, I will go over the inputs. Forward 2, neutral jump, a little walk forward, you need to take a tiny little step forward. Standing 4, back forward 3 is the first combo. You can run after this if you want, after this neutral jump, and it might be a little easier, but when you have to run back over the opponent every time, you want to be using as little stamina as possible, right? You need to save that for your run back over. And in fact, I don't think you can run like that again because you haven't recovered stamina. Yeah, see, you just backdash. So you just need to take a tiny step forward. And you will land that. And 27% is not nothing to shake a stick at, right? And if, you know, if you wanted to keep this setup going, but you wanted a little more damage, you can meter burn it. Okay, you could meter burn it. You wouldn't want to. That's a bar for 2%, right? That's not how we span bar. So just to review, the low starter is forward 2, neutral jump, little walk, 4, back forward 3, 27%. And then the overhead version is the overhead launcher, forward 2, 4, charge. And that's a little less damage. Like I said, you can do things to improve the damage, but the gravity becomes difficult. Yeah, and so those are the most consistent ones I've found. I'll do one more time. Oops, and see, even then it can be a little iffy. I think you want to catch them as low as possible with the forward 2, because that way you come out of recovery frames a little sooner. But this is pretty consistent. Anything else, adding anything else will make this harder. And there is a bar you can spend to do this that gives you a little more damage. But this is, I'm actually really surprised I got that right my first time. This has been inconsistent for me at best. Yeah. Either I whiff the 4, or it comes out too late. But I've found, just in making this video, that this is pretty consistent, and it does. I mean, before what I was doing was just this. This is really consistent. You will almost never drop this. Like I said, these combos are inconsistent. Yeah, so I would just stick with this. It's the easiest way to do it. There are other combos. I mean, this is obviously probably close to optimal, but it's tough. It's a tight link. Even then, even the times I think I do get it. Yeah. So back 1-2-1. Torioken. I mean, even doing this would probably do more damage. Yeah, that's 32% damage. So if you can get a standing 4 punish shot, go for that. And these combos are long enough that your stamina replenishes. Right? All day. All day. Okay. So we've talked about normals. We've talked about specials. And we've talked about some tech and strings. And we got strings as well. And we've talked about the tech that comes from those. So I'm going to take this last couple minutes to talk about your game plan with Lackey. Now, I'm going to highlight that I don't play this I don't main this variation. I main Ruthless. So I've been trying to work with this more because I love the armor. I love how much damage you can get off of stuff, and so I've been a Ferra Torr main since day one, and I haven't really played Lackey, so I feel kind of bad for that. So, I mean, as far as game plan, lots of the things for your game plan I've already talked about. This 1-1 into jump in mix up. The Torvex. These are crucial parts of succeeding with this character. Using the armor, jump-ins. You can do, I didn't talk about it then, you can do this corpse hop and you can run over them. Or you can also take a couple steps and jump and do a meaty jump-in punch. And this will actually catch a lot of people's wake-ups. It'll even beat out, like, wonder if I get it to... I know it will beat out won't beat out armored reversals, just because the hit of the jump and punch will eat the hit of armor. But it will beat out regular reversals if I put them on. Oh, okay, that was the armored one. So yeah, armored ones it won't beat out. Is it this one? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I can stuff his wake up. His unarmored wake up with that. If I did a jump in. I think you're better off doing the corpse hop and just doing that Torvex. Forward 2, neutral jump, walk, forward 4. Yeah, and like I said, the AI can get its inputs right every time. So you can't really practice this button reverse business. Other than that, you really want to be in their face. Torr has options to get in with back forward 3, the projectile invincibility, and the armor. He has options to get in. Boulder roll as well is kind of one of those options. But he doesn't have any options out here. Like, he can't stay out here and succeed. He has to come in to do stuff. So your goal is to just stay as close to your opponent as possible. If you're in a good position, you know, like even if you're right, even just after mid screen, if you spend your bar, let's like even about here, right? If you're you can do this meter burn and put him back in the corner, or even I don't think it'll pop them back far enough, and use as a setup. And then we're back to the Torvex. Torvex, arm move reversal, using up your armor, and tick throws. I mean, in the corner, when you're in the corner, this is just insane. There are people that just cannot get out of this. You know, if you do, are you gonna go for a low? Are you gonna go for this tick throw? You know, it's the corner pressure can be insane, and the moment he opens you up, you're eating so much damage. If you're gonna play Lackey, learn how to tick throw. It's gonna be a huge part. It's gonna make people afraid to block, basically. When you can, when you hit this 1-1 and the tick throw, 1-1, down 3 in the tick throw as well. I mean, if like I was saying earlier that there's this mix up with 1-1, down 3 that I don't like to do because it throws away all the advantage from this. But if you do this and you condition them to block, you've got a free tick throw right there. So yeah, I mean that's all I can really say as far as game plan. Just stay in, do as much damage as you can, and remember your Torvex, because it will save you. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's about it for Lackey. This is all I can contribute, at least to this conversation for him. I really hope that you found this useful. If I have missed anything that you know of, please let me know. And thanks for watching. Bye.